Lance! Lance, where are you, sweetie? Excuse me, but you are. Badump. Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Heck, stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Popes? Paups? Paups? Popes? Lauren. His girlfriend, were you... What was she doing? Was she licking the back of her hand, or was like fixing her hair, or what? His girlfriend. Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Is that a freaking ring pop? She was looking... Oh my god. Haha. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. May I inquire as to why you are here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. Well, that was random. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Not so fast. My man brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey! You waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now. Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What? Sir! I had nothing to do with it, sir! Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Ha! I'll leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer. I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. Logical fallacy of the century. All you have to do is arrest a suspicious person as a suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense! There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I wouldn't allow such a thing to go unchecked before my eyes. Heh. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You dare to speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it. You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang Ji says every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Is this guy gonna turn out to be like fucking evil or something? Seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly as easy to get your hands on a gun. Oh yeah, this definitely takes place in an alternate America. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins. Isn't that right? This is your reasoning. Solid as a rock is based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying. Beware the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, his father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Ji. You'd think I've heard of him and his teachings if he is that famous. Just making sure I'm still recording here. I don't want a mistake of last time. Lang Ji developed it as he had. Oh my god, blah blah. Lang Ji developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhang Fa police still train as recruits using his philosophies. But thousands of years ago, it makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? Exactly. Kind of like the same people who are like, oh, the Constitution, we must hold all those laws to be, at face value. Meh, meh, meh. It's like, okay, but that was made in like the 1700s. It doesn't have anything to address like, cybercrime or like digital media and all that stuff, but they still try to use that to adhere to the digital world. And, like, oh no, take everything at face value and you can't change anything in the Constitution. Freaking idiots. Then what the fuck are the amendments? What is the definition of an amendment? The fact that there was an amendment to ban liquor and then another amendment to get rid of that ban. It's like, yeah, the Constitution was made to be amended. Not to mention, I think the original idea was that every certain number of years it would be rewritten. But that's too much work for the government. All right. God dang Republicans. Yeah. You want to put it to a test? Alright. Seeing a lot of bodies like this one being carted off in my time. You're shot in a single glance. Current gun laws, not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins. Isn't that right? Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to the same conclusion. Hey, don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Lang Ji says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? What would you know about the killer? It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study whatever a child on any street corner already knows? It's that... Shi-Long! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. The woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. So she's probably the brains. And because he's related to a famous philosopher, people treat him like he's the big shot, but she's probably the one just yeah, and this means this, yeah, you have to do this, you have to hold your fork like this, blah blah blah. Because he's probably inept. So what can you tell me about the body? A lot. Even out in autopsy I have my ways. They teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh, you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? So he was shot in a single glance. If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. Power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey, you, show me your gun. Oh! What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden? Gun! What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir? Sir? I lost my gun, sir! How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Right, because it's clean. It's a clean crime scene. You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here in this garage? From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was found, I'd say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Langji says, the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, finally a quote even I've heard of before. Furthermore, Langji says... Successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene. Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. I mean millennia. Millennia. Okay, so this is the kind of conclusion the philosophy of detainment can lead you to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins. What? However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Shi-Long Lang, just what sort of investigator are you? A bad one. Okay. Let me just make sure this does cover it. Yeah, very little blood at the site, so... Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Ah, yeah! So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was your men who led you to think it was, I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Yeah. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that officer was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you, your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like I found myself taking a walk. But sir, I really did take a walk, sir. You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligation so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir. Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir. Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir! Not you too! Oh, well, this is about to be flimsy as all hell. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the blue Badgermobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. What is this blue badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. So the blue badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. Were you now? Okay. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir. Sign this area was to check every square inch of the main gate area. Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir! Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir, so... Someone looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile. What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir! The Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am. You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this, forcing people to confess things, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir. Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir! I knew it. Found myself here in this area. How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful dropkicks, and before I knew it... Haha, the good old dropkick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir. It's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. Sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there's one flaw in Officer Meekins' story. I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans. Alright then, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. Must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? It's because of a very deep reason, ma'am. Huh. Before you knew it, you found yourself in this area. No, yeah, it is, like, right there. Wait. Can I get a full picture of the crime scene? Because if we're going to assume that there's a different mobile for each person, well, the Blue Badger mobile is parked. And there's no tire tracks, like there is for the other one. Officer Meekins, I'd appreciate if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir? I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Ah! Actually, I just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? At the time I realized that the Blue Badger mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's when I came back to this area thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen? It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright to move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth schmoof. I couldn't care less. Yeah, he's acting like a real police officer. Accountability, integrity? What the fuck is that? Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. And force a guilty, like, just an admission of guilt from him, like through torture or just being really, really mean. That's the job of your prosecutors and your fancy course with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy. You guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations. Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Whoa. Now be a good fancy boy, get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Wow. Yeah, like an all in, like just an all in all. Oh my god, why can I not talk? An all in all, outright crooked cop. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there is like one of them in each game. You know, Gant in the first game. I can't really remember the second. No, Homegirl. Well, no, that was the third game. Where, Dahlia Hawthorne and her older sister, who was like a crooked cop. Apollo Justice had, Clavier's assistant, like the guitarist with the like polished head, like just the weird dome shaped head. I'm trying so very hard to avoid double entendres there, but his hair was just really weird and like flat and domed. It was just weird. But yeah, he was a crooked cop. But this is like the first one that's like not even trying to hide it. He's just like, no, yeah, just arrest everybody. Who gives a damn? I don't care. Shit, I'm just here to like get paid. Like, So yeah, he's just like the others kind of had like something to hide or like just be secretive about. He just flat out doesn't care. He's just like, yep, I do it. And I got a whole army of people who will do my bidding for me. The fuck you gonna do about it? Now get out of my way before I arrest you. Like, yeah, that's surprising. So this is gonna be interesting. And we will continue on next time. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. See you next time for some more Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. I really have to think for like seconds every time I say the game's name. But alright, goodbye.